Welcome back, everyone. This is Awesome Reville with our From the Vault series, featuring unique and historical firearms that come through our shop right here in New Prague, Minnesota with 2FxC Tactical. We're pretty excited to bring to you today a very unique gun. This one is the Colt killer, if you will, especially when it comes to Olympic guns. But for those of you who haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. We are a fast-growing channel, and we very much appreciate everyone that has done so already. It helps break that algorithm on YouTube and get this out to more people. With that being said, let's dive into today's gun. So this is the Walther Olympia 1936 pistol. So this one is the, and I'm going to butcher this, shell-in for you. It stands for rapid fire model. The reason why I know that is it's a 22 short pistol. One of the interesting things about this gun, while it does kind of have the overall aesthetics of kind of Colt Woodsman-ish, this was actually the competition to the Colt Woodsman in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, where this would be the winner over the Woodsman. I do like how they have done the magazine. As you can see, they put the wood block on the end of the magazine to make it sit flush inside the pistol. Very unique idea, not something that you typically see. So this does feature an aluminum alloy slide, which is why you see the two-tone here. It's very faint, but these pistols were made all the way up through the 80s, and they have a long life, especially when it comes to competition shooting. It does feature some modularity to it, which is kind of unique for its time. It has rail attachment options underneath the barrel and on the frame itself, which for a pistol designed in 1936 is very radical. It's not something you see on really anything at the time. This was designed for Olympic shooters, so it is competition shooting, accuracy shooting. That is what this gun was designed for. This gun was made before 1939. There's a couple ways to tell. It's very faint on the barrel, but it does have a UB stamping right here on the barrel. They only did that before on pistols before 1939. So we could tell you it's before 1939 in terms of the exact date. Between 1936 and 1939, I haven't been able to drill into it too deep. But Carl Walther is the one who designed this pistol. He designed it in 1936. It's an update of the 1925 Walther pistol. This was done again because the Colt Woodsman had such success in Olympic Games up to that point, including in 1932. They were looking for something that could knock it off the path towards gold. This would do it. German shooters would end up taking gold with this pistol. It does feature some very interesting ideas, I guess. It does have kind of the typical Walther flare to the back end. What do I mean by that? Well, when you look at what Walther would do during World War II with their P38 pistol, you can see the beaver tail look is somewhat similar. It does have a very Walther feel to this gun. To be honest with you, as I played around with this is a very smooth gun. I'm kind of impressed with it. So the slide ejects back like that, means the barrel is fixed. The barrel is fixed to the receiver. The slide is cut all the way up to the front and slides along the rail here. Again, somewhat similar to the P38, except they would have a front piece to the receiver, and the barrel is not attached to the frame. I shouldn't say the receiver, the slide, excuse me. But it's something you would see in, say, like the Smith & Wesson model was a 21A. You would see this kind of idea crop up in several different guns where the slide is really only the back half, the barrel is fixed, no ejection port, just open. It's an open cut slide for a cartridge ejection. So it's kind of a unique design. When it comes to the grips itself, you do have a nice little thumb rest here that protrudes. I don't know if you can tell. It protrudes out from the pistol. It also is actually quite comfortable. The checkering is pretty coarse, to be honest with you. But it actually feels really good in the hand. This is an extremely light gun, which is what the attachments here are four, is to weight down the barrel. You could add weights to this to assist. Now with 22 short, you wouldn't necessarily need to do that, but they did make this in 22 long rifle as well. They had several variants of this gun. This is the short version. Like I said, this is before 1939, so this is a pre-World War II gun. You know, whether it was used in the 1936 Olympic Games, probably not. They made a lot of these. These were sold to, you know, sports shooters throughout the civilian world and throughout the world. Now, in terms of longevity, despite the fact that they would beat the Colt Woodsman in 1936 and in the dominance of the Colt Woodsman is the more enduring pistol. We don't really see a lot of Olympic 1936 pistols out there. You do see a lot of Colts. Now, some of that's just the location. We're here in the United States. This is obviously a German pistol. And in terms of import exports, you're not going to see as many of them. The one thing I did find interesting about this particular pistol is there are no import marks on this one. So that means that this came into the United States before 1968. It could have been a bring back. It does have the box here for it. So who knows exactly how this got into the United States. But there are no import marks on this gun anywhere. Again, meaning that it was not imported into the United States before 1968 when that was required. But I thought this was a really cool pistol to come in. And I'll admit, I didn't know a lot about it when it came in. Just reading up on what it was designed for, and again, we call it the Olympic 1936 pistol because it was designed for the 1936 Olympic Games. And it was designed pretty quickly to get it in the games. I mean, it's not a from-scratch design update. Obviously, they took the M1925 Walther and reworked it into this. So it's not like they were starting from nothing. But to get this fully up and running, functional, reliably, in 1936 to get it into the summer games, and it had the success it did, is pretty impressive. But I do hope you will tune in for our next videos, because we have a bunch of German pistols we're going to be going through. Let's just say German and Czech, but German-occupied pistols, we should say, coming up. It was a really cool collection that came in. If you saw our teaser, you know that there's quite a bit more to come. Till next time, thank you.